Hello and welcome to Týrcast 20. My name is Harry Johansson and I am in Prague.
Yeah! So far away. Yes! Oh.
Gunnar.
Ja. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Gunnar. I'm back home in the Faroes. Right here. I'm still the bass player, by the way.
And I'm Tad, I'm the drummer, and I'm still or again in Budapest, Hungary. And no, I'm not hungry anymore.
This is the 14th episode of our second season. We put out these episodes on the 7th and the 22nd at 1700 hours Central European time, except for the last 22nd we just passed. We were on a summer holiday and there was no Týrcast. You can find these episodes on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, and Buzzsprout. If you want early access to this and some other nice material, you can find that at patreon.com/Týrband. Now, gentlemen,
Well,
what have you been up to?
actually, I've been on holiday. I think like Gunnar as well, but not in some fancy Middle Eastern country or near to the Middle Eastern region. No, I've been at Lake Balaton with some friends.
Lake St. Bollocks, good old.
Yes. German name is Plattensee.
Plattensee.
Plattensee, yeah. It was nice. It was
We
nice.
call it
that is
Faroese.
Oh, you have actually a
No,
Faroese name for it.
I just translated the German name.
That would have been very...
And the Danish, they have a saying, Najverplet.
Najverplet.
Yeah.
Very good. I didn't know that. So yes, very nice, very nice. We did actually... We actually did some...
Did you go for a swim?
Yes, I did. And we actually...
Naked? Oh, he did. He went.
Flailing about.
Naughty
We
boy.
also did some recording, because these guys I went with, we are in the making of some kind of band project.
You in a band?
Yeah.
You're in a band?
Yeah.
When's it coming out?
Now I'm in a
I wish I
band.
was in a band.
Finally, after all these years. We'll have some songs, I think, this year, but I'm not supposed to talk about it any further. So,
I
Gunnar,
understand.
on you go. Where have you been? Well, I know, but the others don't.
Well,
Well.
I've been in Turkey and in Denmark on vacation. Very nice, and that's about it. And now I'm back home and I'm working with cars and all kinds of shit and boats and engines and guitars and whatnot. And that's it. That's about my vacation.
Nice.
Here?
I was in Denmark, actually. I was there when we made the last Týrcast, as you remember, and I was there for 2 weeks. Home now for a few weeks already, and been recording, writing, recording.
Or sometimes writing while recording.
Interesting.
And the last few days I've been practicing for...
You have? Wow.
But the most important thing, did you go out for a swim in the Danish sea?
I did. In the Kattegat.
Very nice.
Let me stop you right there. Did you go
Consider
naked?
me stopped. I did not. It was a family holiday.
Oh.
So no...
What's up with you guys?
No nudity with family? Come on.
Not on a public beach, no.
Oh. I thought actually this was gonna get exciting, but okay.
I'm
fine.
not sure how exciting you find me naked, but did you go naked into the Marmara Sea?
Yeah, and scared the whole fucking bunch of fish that was there.
fish.
No, I actually did not have time to go for any swim. I went mostly
Boring.
sightseeing. I went to, of course, I went to a airplane museum. Ha!
Would have thought.
I always do that. But mostly looking at old buildings and stuff, which was very interesting. Because I don't know that much about history, so I actually didn't know that this was the former Constantinople. Who knew? Now I know.
You know?
And it was quite interesting. I actually thought this was a completely Islamic country, but it's not.
It isn't.
So.
As I said, unless
Yeah.
you're going to add more about your holiday.
You said
and I'm going to say it so many times. And but too.
Okay.
So
You said
prepare
but.
for that. So I was practicing, as I hope you have been too, for the festivals we are going to play soon.
I haven't touched my guitar yet.
So excited.
It's gonna happen tonight.
We are going to play at Metal on the Hill on Friday the 13th of August 2021.
That's on my father's birthday.
Friday
Is
the
it?
13th.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
We shall drink a toast to him.
And we shall dedicate a song to him.
Yes.
Non-alcoholic beer and water. This is a relatively new festival. We haven't played there before. They've had it for a few years now. I think it's Napalm Records that arranges it.
I think so too, yes.
And
yes.
we play on Friday, as I said, at 6:40 in the evening. And we play for 50 minutes.
Isn't it
I think there's just one stage.
Isn't it 1740? 540?
I just looked it up.
Oh, you did. Sorry. Then this might have been an old information I had. Sorry.
They published the times on Instagram.
Oh, they did. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I
then
got this
I'm
right.
mistaken.
If that is the case, we shall correct it somehow. If I'm mistaken. We also have a festival called Wolfszeit Festival in
Wolfszeit.
Germany. Wolfszeit.
Say it in German. Wolfszeit.
Word about the politically correct.
Yeah.
I'm not German.
Well, I may say it. Wolfszeit.
You may.
In Thüringen.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I'm not sure we know which day we played. Do we? The festival is from the 26th to the 28th of August.
It is probably gonna be the 27th, I think, but this is not yet confirmed, so don't take a word for it. But we will be there. We have been announced by the festival, so see you there.
We don't know our time and how long the set list will be, but that will be at least announced to us very soon, so we can start practicing for that as well.
Yes. I mean, it's I mean, it's only 2 festivals, but I'm like, wow, this is gonna be a lot.
Yeah. 2 festivals in a month. I think we are trying for 1 or 2 more festivals in the autumn.
We are.
Yeah, weren't there mentions of some other? I can't say any names.
I don't know. You might have talked to our management.
No, it will be in the same thread as you are on, if anything.
Oh, it would be?
So,
okay.
There was nothing else? Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Maybe not. At least I was hoping for a few more, but maybe this is all we have for the year. So if you
We'll
can,
see.
we'd love to see you all there.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is gonna be
Definitely.
grand, especially since I think this is gonna be, well, no, not the first, but maybe the second and the third concert for Hans on the continent, right? I think he once played at Wacken,
Yeah,
but nothing else, right?
that is possible. I don't remember.
Probably.
Yeah, it will be one of his very first shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If not the second, then maybe the third.
Well, with us, of
On
course.
the
but-
continent.
Second show.
Yes. Very good.
Second show with us.
Second show with us. That's
Oh.
true.
Yeah. How famous he has become.
Yeah.
I
In a
almost envy him.
heartbeat. By the way, where the hell is he? I mean, shouldn't he be here? He's working, right?
I didn't even ask him, I think, but I'm not sure he would have had the time. First,
Right.
I need a background that's split into 4. I didn't get that from the artist yet.
He might be working, I guess. Yeah.
But he's pretty busy with the working schedule he has.
Right.
He'll be on the Q&A in a few days. Well, that'll be a few days ago when we released this.
Right.
One day
right.
ago.
Yeah. By the way, I had to interrupt my working routine today. What I really hate, I loathe to disrupt my working routine.
Are you talking about your daily routine or your weekly or monthly routine?
No, my daily routine. I work the best when I just wake up and go straight to the computer and start writing and translating. So today I had to disrupt this routine because I had to go to the dentist. And in the last couple of weeks...
I was about to say your teeth look brilliant today, sir.
Right? Oh, thank you. Beautiful, right?
What teeth?
Whoa. So yeah, I've spent some time the last couple of weeks at the dentist, and I started to think about how I for myself, I used to neglect going to health checkups and to doctors when I was younger because I was kind of afraid or not really comfortable with the off chance of getting bad news, and I talked about with my girlfriend as well, and we realized that there are some relatives and even good friends who are just like the same, but until this very day they don't go to the doctor, but because they're just not comfortable with getting bad news, maybe, and this is actually a very interesting phenomenon, I think, because like today as well, I just realized after going there and getting back here, and continuing my work, I was like, yeah, all right, I got that done as well. It disrupted my work routine, but at least I know now what the state of my teeth is, and I got the result that so everything is fine. You can come back in 6 months for a checkup, and so this of course was not the case like 10 years ago. I always neglected that, but I was thinking about why is it like that? Why is it better to stay in a state of not knowing than just get it over with, then get the results?
Maybe if you have a good imagination, you can imagine the worst things that the doctor could say to you, and I can relate to that. Just picturing getting very, very bad news, and it makes no sense to push it in the background, because if there are bad news, the doctor could tell you. It's not like there's not bad news by not going to him. You're just going to find out some other way.
Exactly, and the more you procrastinate, the worse it might get.
But being aware of exactly what it is maybe makes some people think that they would rather not know. If it's an interesting question. If the doctor had very bad news for you, like terminal news for you, would you rather he didn't tell you? you're fine, sir. Absolutely nothing. Go back home and live your life. And you have 3 days or something.
I would definitely not. I would definitely not. I would want to know it.
Me too. Absolutely.
I'm quite sure that sometimes doctors actually don't tell that you are terminally ill, because if you are, for some case or another, you are terminally ill and there's nothing to do, it actually is better not to tell it.
I don't think so.
Because why would you? Because then you're constantly thinking of you're gonna die instead of you are gonna die, but you don't know it yet. So
I'm not sure about that either.
Because problem is, some people don't mind getting told this and this is gonna happen, and they can rationalize it perfectly. Some people, no. If they get to know that they are like terminally ill, they will get even more ill.
Okay.
They will fade away more quickly.
The doctor comes out to you and says, if you were terminally ill, would you like me to tell you or not? And if you say no, whatever he says next means nothing. And if you have to answer, I don't know, when you're 20, if you're ever terminally ill at this doctor's place, would you like him to tell you or not? And you say no, then what's the point of even going? So I know a few people. I know a few people who got terminally bad news from the doctor, and I never heard of anyone, at least not in the Kingdom of Denmark, who was not told when the doctor knew. I think that's unheard of.
No, that's not unheard of, because I have it right here in my family. Stuff that the doctors is not telling you, because there's nothing to do about it. He will tell you if you ask about it, but he will, if you don't ask about it, he will just let it go.
If you're already in very, very bad health and old, what do I know, then, and there's just one more detail, like one more nail in the coffin. I hate to use that expression, but I mean, it comes to a point where the details aren't relevant anymore. But whether or not to tell you, say if there's anything to worry about or not, I think the doctor would be could be sentenced for serious malpractice by not telling you.
Yes, exactly. I think so too.
Yeah, if he gets told on.
I mean,
it seriously depends, because I believe the doctors, they fuck up all the time.
They're people,
and I know they do.
Yeah,
I know that they're people just like anybody else.
Plus, there are good doctors who make human mistakes, and I'm sure there are even bad doctors, like people who simply shouldn't be doctors.
Definitely.
Believe me, there is.
Because there are people who shouldn't be musicians who still are.
Oh yes.
I heard that.
You know that guy, that long hair, beard.
Just imagine, but it's an interesting thought. Suppose, out of the blue, someone wants to test you for something. I don't know, HIV. Would you like to take an HIV test right now for no reason other than knowing for a fact you don't have it?
Yes.
No, I would.
It immediately makes you a bit uncomfortable. I would do it, of course.
Of course
I would if I got the chance. But it makes you a bit uncomfortable immediately. Why does it do that?
Why the hell?
Of course, because...
Why the hell should I do that? I don't need to do it.
To avoid killing other people, for example.
Because you're never 100% sure in your decisions. You're never. Because there's always that small voice, sometimes whispering, sometimes screaming in your head, which is one part of your consciousness or your conscience, and it just tells you, well, that might be catastrophic, don't do it. But it's I think,
but it's Yeah.
No, I just.
You think
I
what? What do you think
well,
that is?
I was thinking about so that
Mayday. We're singing.
at now that I'm almost 38 years old. I'm an old fart. I know you're even older farts, but
Thank you for the respect.
you're welcome. You always deserve it.
But our farts is so old it doesn't smell anymore.
Oh, I beg to differ. Well,
No
whatever.
comments.
I nowadays think that yes, I personally I would like to know, and I am going to try to not procrastinate these things because this is the best possibility or the best chance so you get to, even if you get really catastrophic results or
Look, my point was I would like to know too, but it does give you an uneasy feeling
yes,
just
that's
to think
true.
about it, and
That's true.
that feeling is what makes people rather not want to know sometimes,
But
which I think
afterwards-
is the wrong thing.
afterwards.
Which is a bit the same with if you take certain diabetes. If you're feeling fine, nothing's wrong, but you go to the doctor and he suddenly he says you have diabetes and you have to take these and these pills, and you can go wonder and say, but I feel fucking fine. Why do I have to take these pills all of a sudden? You know, does it make you better? I don't know.
Well, actually, if you have
It probably
if you
does.
have diabetes,
It
then
probably does,
probably does.
but
you know it's
there's many people walking around with it's a diabetes too that they don't even know
I
about.
don't know. I'm not an expert on this
Don't
topic.
ask me.
But
Oh,
you know,
so.
of course, there are diagnoses which are made every day just by chance. You know, just by people walking in with a very like minor, not even very interesting symptom. You know, because they feel like, you know, I'm a bit tired, and then turns out, yeah, brain tumor. Of course, this is now a very, very, you know, it's very extreme example, but it has its benefits, I guess, to be able to confront this state of not knowing and just go ahead, because what I wanted to say is that afterwards, when you know you go to the doctor, get your checkup, and it turns out, well, yeah, you know, apart from some minor things, everything's fine, and that just gives you that feeling of almost accomplishment, like, yeah, okay, I just did this also, so now I can focus on
Don't have to
other
worry
stuff
about that.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But another interesting thing is that if we compare ourselves to women, now women, if they have the slightest thing wrong, they go straight to the doctor and say, "Oh, I don't feel so good." They check themselves all the time, and that's the best reason for also that they usually get caught in a very good time and have a chance to get healed. Where hence men have a big tendency that they don't go to the doctor unless they cannot walk anymore and think, maybe I should go now.
Yeah.
And it's too late.
It's,
There's unfortunately a big tendency
Yeah,
to do
that's
that
true.
amongst
I
men.
think you have a point there. Yes.
So-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think so too.
So we should actually be more feminine in that way.
Yes.
Very good. Very
Absolutely.
good point
Yes.
at the end of the topic.
But it is, I have it myself very much so that I do not go to the doctor unless there's a nail through my head and I go, this probably needs
Hurts
attention.
a wee bit.
And it,
only
yeah, and
only
it's
when
really-
I'm crying.
yeah. And it's really actually almost to the point of childish.
It is.
Just go to
It
the
is.
fucking doctor and check
Yeah.
it out. Best case scenario says, well, there's nothing wrong with you.
He pulls
And
out the
then
nail.
Yeah.
He grabs hold of the nail and says, I'm going to count to 3. 1. There.
There you go.
Yeah. And worst case
You gonna
scenario,
keep it?
he might say, yes, there's something wrong, but hey, I got a pill
Yes.
for it, or a cream, or even a shot for you.
Speaking of the
No.
feminine, Jennifer asks a question on Patreon.
Wow.
Ooh.
How do you guys manage when you have to fly to gigs? Is there an easy way to transport drums, for example?
Oh.
Don't never transport drums.
Well, not the whole drum kit, at least. No. I mean, I would love to play always on my own drum kit, but that, of course, is impossible because it would be just so horrendously expensive to get it from A to B, especially with a plane. So I just when we are going on tour, we rent a drum kit at the destination we start at, and then take that with the bus. And I just bring my snare, my pedals, drumsticks, and cymbals. So that's all. It's easier that way.
And best case scenario, the drums you rent are the same kind of drums that you actually use.
True. Yes.
And
Most likely scenario, no.
by far the most likely. And festivals always have drums for bands. They even ask usually what does this band need, and they get usually I think they get what you need.
That's the so-called technical rider for. So every band.
True. We have a rider with all the details of stuff we need, so they will go through that and I suppose rent that.
Yes.
For any festival.
And even if you have a good sponsorship, you are very likely to get a rental deal in each country you are playing in. So.
Yes.
Jacob Erith asks, Tad, do you have a favorite German beer?
Yes, I actually have. Well, I'm not sure if it would be still my favorite beer I drank the last time, like 20 years ago. It's called Ducksteiner. I drank it somewhere in Niedersachsen, where I'm from, in 2001.
When you were a
2003.
child?
No. Like I said, like 20 years ago. So it was not that
You were 18.
early. I was about 18. Yes, almost 18. Yes, and there's another one. It's called, I think, Heberbräu. That's from the region called Pfalz. I think. Yeah.
Pfalz?
No.
Ebenfalls.
Like in Falls?
No, I don't know. Where's... Is it from there? I don't really remember anymore. No, it's...
Maybe the beer.
Might be somewhere. So yes, it might
Decreased your
be
memory.
too much of the Heberbräu. Yes, but these are very good beers. And there's another Czech beer. Well, it has a German name and it's a German type of beer. It's called Klostermann.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
There are many things in Czechia
Very
that
good
are
one.
of German origin.
oh yes, but let's not get into that because I'm sure that many people wouldn't like that.
I may not be so popular after mentioning that. However,
Big parts of Czechia was German.
there are also many things in Czechia that are Czech in origin.
It was. That's the
That's
fact.
Almost all of Europe was German at one point.
Yeah.
Point for a short time, yes.
For a very short time, some
Yeah.
decades ago. Jacob also asks, how is the new material coming for the next album? Yeah, not.
I think
wish
it's
it was
coming.
faster.
coming by 8:15 in the morning, I think, or something like that. I don't know. But the
This
bus.
is not a German train schedule, my friends.
No, this is what's the worst example I can think of? What's the least functioning
it's
country
the-
we've ever been to?
Kazakhstan? I don't know.
Some of that looked pretty
the train in
horrid.
Kazakhstan was actually pretty precise
Yeah.
when we were on the train in
No,
Kazakhstan.
we took the train.
Yes,
We
no.
took the train from Russia to Kazakhstan. It
So
only
maybe
took
it was
six.
a Russian train. I don't know.
Yeah.
Only
Yes.
took 16 hours, and I think it was even on point. Well, at
I mean,
least
we weren't
the
late so far as I
departure.
remember. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we arrived one day earlier, so that's
Yeah, it was so some buffer time there. But,
Yes. Always
anyway,
necessary, guys. Always necessary.
Yeah. Oh man.
Plan buffer time.
Yeah, one on tour, absolutely. I just wrote a song a couple of days ago. I just sat fiddling around with some melody and I started recording it and turned it into a whole song. And I put it in the
Nice.
folder for 10th album, but I thought I showed it to our manager 2 days ago, and I was thinking about just putting it in the folder for the 9th album.
Well, how
So,
about you send it over and we'll decide it together.
Let's see. Honestly, it's going too slow, if you ask me. But
It's been a vacation. There's a lot of things going
many
on
things to
right
do.
now.
Many things to do.
Yeah.
But there might be
Actually,
something.
maybe I'm going to Prague to do some choirs. I don't know. We talked about our manager that maybe I'll go by
Yeah.
Prague.
How much time? How much?
For one
how
day
much
or
time do you
something.
have? We play on the 27th. That will be Saturday, probably.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it after.
Yeah.
On the way back
Yeah.
home.
Mm-hmm.
If you can skip a day of work, which I wouldn't.
I don't. Very good. I'm already skipping days
Okay,
at work
fine.
just to take the flights to playing. But
We'll figure.
I
it out.
said yes
We'll figure it
to
out.
skip a day at work if it's planned right.
Cool.
So there you go. I have a big fucking heart that's about this big right now. Go. So no, I am trying to write some material as well, every now and then, but it's going slow. And I was trying to record, and I'm not satisfied with my ability of using home studio recording as for final recording. I'm still a little bit uneasy with it, so I'm not. We have to work on
I'd
that.
like to hear it so we could see where it's at. Maybe you'd come here, maybe you'd go to a different studio.
Yeah.
But
I would actually rather come down to Prague and do it.
I would also
I'm
also
sure-
rather do that. But it always comes down to then you have to take time off from work. How much time do you have? And when you take time off from work,
Well,
just money out the window.
the thing is, if we have the thing, always the fucking thing. The thing is, I said it again. I did it again. The thing. If we have all the songs down, it's actually not that long to record it when we do it together. So
That's true, but I mean,
that's
that
my
will-
point of it.
the arrangement of the songs will quite
The
take some time as well.
Yeah,
oh,
twill.
it will.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet, honestly.
Anyway, we've
Not
done
even-
this many
not
times
even
before,
halfway.
and we always succeed in
We
the
will,
end.
we will.
We
So
always do.
don't worry, don't worry.
I was pretty preoccupied lately by Surma recording some stuff for singles. We had some people here recording choirs, and it's the absolute limit of what my home studio can do, but I think the results were okay.
Okay.
The whole quality of the entire thing might be a little bit better if we did it in the studio, but it would also take much more time in studio and cost a lot more money.
Yeah.
Let us skip this uncomfortable subject and go to the next question, which comes from our very good friend Olaf Hardadottir. When watching films and series, or series or reading books, do you have a preferred language, or is the language irrelevant as long as it's a language you're fluent in?
For me, I don't care as long as the whatever I'm looking at is in the original language, and there's subtitles. Then I really
even
don't
if
care.
it's Serbian,
Chinese, Taiwanese, whatever. It doesn't matter. It has to be in the original language, or I can't.
I agree with that 100%.
Movie.
Me too. At least in case of series and movies. Yes, definitely.
And unfortunately, I have to. This is a little nod to the German people.
Now, don't go making us
like a
unpopular
big
in
hammer
Germany.
coming. I think it's horrendous that you translate movies. You do a speak over. Is that what it's called? That you put another language in a movie, because you have to remember a movie is a piece of art. Movie series doesn't matter what it is. It's a piece of art, and these actors are acting. So when you start putting other people's voicing over an acting man's voice, it's not going to work.
It's almost
simple as that.
There are some reasons. Say a certain part of the population is illiterate and they're never going to read the subtitles.
Of course,
or it's for
that's
for
really,
children. Or there could be reasons. I think the only reason you would start to do, I can't imagine a part of Germany has been illiterate for the last centuries. So that can't be the reason.
It makes no sense.
I don't know. I mean, but Gunnar, don't forget. I mean, these voice actors, they are actors as well. They just don't act in front of the camera. They act in front of the microphone. Nevertheless.
Yes, I've seen Rambo in German.
Nevertheless,
That's not Rambo.
I agree with you totally. I love to watch movies, films, series in the original, whatever the language is, as long as there are subtitles in German, in Hungarian, or English. I usually watch the subtitles in English as well. But let's not forget that that's work as well, because we have to translate it first and then give it to the voice actors. So, I mean, this gives work to certain people as well. So, for example, I myself, I translated some subtitles for movies in the last couple of years as well. So. There are still people who...
Subtitles are necessary, of course, if people don't
subtitles need to be there.
But dubbing, like audio dubbing, is I find it atrocious if it's not necessary.
Me too.
I thought absolutely.
Imagine if you did that to music, if you sang over a different language.
Exactly.
I mean, it's sacrilege.
Well, I mean, Manowar did Heart of Steel in German, and then other languages.
They did themselves.
That's a difference, because he did it in German.
Yeah.
So it's.
There are many bands who make several versions in different languages. It's not really the same. Anyway, I must admit, every now and then I'm on Netflix looking for a movie. I turn it on and it's Spanish. And I think, oh crap, that's not what I wanted. But there are some absolutely stellar Spanish movies, and I've seen some. But
Yes.
if it's not what I expect, it may turn me off because I'm just used to watching movies in English.
Yeah.
A bit like with music.
I've lately been watching both Russian movies, Spanish movies, Italian movies, and I really like just to hear it on their own language and just have the subtitles.
Exactly.
So, because you get all the I remember watching. I didn't actually know it was a Spanish series, and I thought I didn't recognize this. I thought they were talking very funny English. So after a while, I started. That's not right. That sounds ridiculous. And I found out it was a Spanish movie. And then I tried to look at this series in Spanish, and it was way better just to see it in the original, because you actually could hear what they were trying to express.
Yeah.
So I said it's acting.
Peter Glanville asks, no, rubbish. Matt Frank first. For everyone, how high is your tolerance for spicy foods? My tolerance is very low. I rather avoid any spicy food.
Mine has got pretty high. I still having snot coming out of my nose and my eyes and my ears and my ass and
what
whatnot.
was that? The Ring of Fire?
The Ring of Fire. Yeah. But I actually like more and more spicy food, which is weird because I never thought I could. Because just a few years ago, I could not just take a little bit of chili and I was gone. I couldn't feel anything. But now I actually like it. So. And I know Tadeos, he loves it.
I really do. I really love spicy food, very spicy food. I tried some of the very, very strong stuff as well. Like I think it's called Carolina Reaper, maybe, and Ghost Chili. I'm not that familiar with the names, but in the last couple of years I tried this and that. I mean, you know, with those chilies with 1 million Scoville and plus, that's just, I don't really see the point anymore. It's just about, you know, it's a bit like dick measure. Like I was able to eat that. Well, I was able to eat 2 of those.
Did it taste well?
No, you don't taste anything. It's just, you know, it's like, okay.
I hope you're not talking about dick right now.
I swallow that and then I'm just waiting for the bird. No, it's still the chili, not the dick. So, you know, it's, yeah. So I like spicy food, but at some point it gets a bit ridiculous for me. For example, I would love to see that video Attila and Gunnar, you two made in Los Angeles.
I was just we went to what
it was some spicy chicken wings.
Spicy
shack.
chicken wing, some very famous place in LA, and we took all the way from the weakest one up to the very strong ones, and we actually filmed it all. You did. And we made it all the way through. But I have to say that the strongest one was not the worst one. There was actually, I think, 2 before the very strongest one. Because it had like a very pepperish taste. That was awful. But when I passed that one, the 2 last ones were actually not that
Maybe
bad.
because it just numbed the whole of your mouth, you know, and you were just not able to feel anything anymore.
Both yes and no, because I actually took a bite of this stuff later in the evening again, and it was bloody strong, but it was not that bad.
Okay.
But I love the video because
I'd like to see that.
Do you still have it?
I don't know who. I think the merch woman has it.
Oh, Adriana.
I never saw it.
Adriana.
No, not Adriana. Another one who was on that tour.
Wasn't it her?
No, she's this one is
Oh, that was.
she half Mexican, half Japanese.
Yeah, I remember. Can't remember the name. Anyway,
I'm sorry, the name is gone right now. I'm sorry because I know you very well.
Wasn't that
So,
Kane
sorry.
on that tour? Kane Neal?
no, I know who you're talking about, Gunnar.
No,
the
no.
name's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Whatever.
Anyway, that answers that question. Next question comes from Peter Glanville. How have you coped mentally and emotionally with the various quarantine and closing due to COVID?
I went to work.
Yeah.
It's to be honest, apart from traveling as a band, being up here on the Faroe Islands, you really don't felt that much about it. Everything's been pretty normal here, except from the traveling part of it.
Prague changed completely. I mean, the tourism just went away, and there were way fewer people in the city. And I actually like that because because of tourism, the Prague center is a very crowded place constantly, and it's getting back to pre-COVID levels now. So honestly, I'd rather like it emptier, but there's tourism and people have to make a living. So. It's good that people are returning, but as for myself, of course, I miss the traveling, the best part of being in a band. But I have my home studio, so I have plenty of work with music here, and I'm actually not very social. I don't need all that much company around me, so I haven't felt very much, actually, at all.
Yeah, I mean the social aspect of the whole thing. That was fine for me as well, but yeah, the traveling, that was horrible, especially in last year. I was thinking about this a lot, and I have to say, if somebody would have told me back in March 2020 that you're not gonna be able to tour for 3 years, then of course I would have been very upset at first, but then if this would have been a guarantee that after 3 years it's going to be fine, then that would have been better than 2020, because 2020 was about, okay, maybe this is only 2 months, okay, maybe 3 months, maybe 5 months, and that's good. No, well, maybe half a year, maybe a year, So the not knowing again, that was what really made me crazy. So I had, of course, I always have to have a very strict daily routine, because if I don't have it, it's I'll just fall apart. But during quarantine, this just got stronger, and of course I had to do it in my small flat here. But yeah, I mean, it was quite an ordeal in the beginning, but when we started to realize that, okay, this is not gonna go away quite easily, and this might take years, and it's just better to accept it now than to fight it, then it got better.
I have to admit, it is more inspiring as a musician to be on tour every now and then, and I think I can definitely feel that just sitting at home trying to write music and trying to write lyrics,
that's just not enough.
I think it would be better if there were tours and shows also.
Yes,
I think the whole band work,
It broadens your mind.
definitely does. All of it, even though it takes time away from writing. If you just, at least for me, if I only have writing to do, it doesn't go that much faster, if at all.
It's a funny thing we have with our head. Sometimes, you know, if you go for a walk somewhere, suddenly something comes in your head. Oh, why doesn't it come at home?
Every time when I'm running, there's some brilliant idea. I sit down with it. At least 75 times out of 100, it's worth nothing. But at least there's an idea.
But I think it comes out of you know, when you're sitting and you're expected to do something. We're not made like that. I think we're made more like when it comes out of the blue. That's what we're made for.
Well,
So.
making up basic stuff is a very small part of songwriting. Much of it is just doing what you usually do with it. So there's a lot of work in songwriting that doesn't require coming up with anything. It's just
No, exactly. But you have to have something
exactly
to work with.
that is at least for me, that is not my that is not one of my problems.
And for that, you just have to have that balance of, you know, going on tour every 2-3 months and then spending 2-3 months at home.
That would be very nice. I don't know, kind of see the point of everything maybe better than if I knew I was writing music only.
I would really like
if I were writing music that I knew was only going to be released on CD and never played live, that would be a strange feeling. I think I'd still do it, but it's like halfway to what's the point then?
Yeah.
I do get great pleasure out of simply writing it, but I don't know. If I knew I was never going to play it live, I'd be a bit upset.
Yeah.
I would become a mechanic.
We have a couple more questions, but let's skip it for next Týrcast.
Let's just
No, it's going to take too long. One of them is a very deep and long question.
No.
We're going to skip it for next time, or else you're going to spend 2 days uploading this video. And we need it out before the 7th.
Yes, that's 2 days.
The Bandmate challenge.
Yes.
I finished one of them, and I did 24 hours without eating anything.
Oh, finally! Very good.
Finally.
Was it difficult?
Could you move closer to the camera, because you're almost not there.
I found it easy, relatively easy, and I plan to do it on a regular basis from now on. It's very difficult when you go to visit people and when you have guests to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're not eating anything today."
Yeah. But when you're on your own, it's very easy.
When you're on your own, it's relatively easy, yes. But there are 2 of us here, and I'm the only one who's ever not gonna eat anything for a whole day in this household. But it's easier, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Congrats.
No need. Gunnar, you did anything or?
Oh, I did, but I can't tell you about it.
Fair enough. I'm thinking about a challenge that you maybe finished.
But nevertheless, I have a new challenge for you guys. Well,
actually, by the way, I think actually inadvertently I did that, not eating for 24 hours.
You did?
I actually did that, but not on purpose.
Too much work to do, or
working and traveling, and all, before I knew it, I hadn't eaten for 24 hours. So
are you?
And actually more than 24 hours. But I didn't think of it, so
it doesn't count.
I had
right. That
doesn't count. I don't, because it's you have to mentally be aware of it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so well, I have a new challenge. This is not going to be one for the next 2 weeks, but for a little bit longer time, because it's not that easy to realize. climb a mountain which is at least 700 meters high during August and September, and make a picture of yourself at the peak. I know that the highest peak in the Faroes is 880 or something like that, so that's why I said 700. So we have almost 2 months for that. Let's do that.
I'm in.
Good.
I'm in.
Very good.
Because I actually have not been on the highest peak of the Faroes,
there you
so
go.
I should
There
actually
you go.
go.
You
Where
never
is
been there?
On Streymoy?
No. Yeah, well,
Øystein?
I've been at the peak, but I've never been on top of it.
It's pretty easy to walk up actually. It's one of the very easy mountains in the Faroes.
Well, you drive up more than half the way.
come on.
Drive up to the. Well, not driving would be silly. Cars would be passing by while you're walking. You drive at least halfway up, and then you walk the rest.
Okay.
But the walking is of course it's steep, but there are no rocks. Like it's just plain field, 45
But actually,
degrees angle all
but
the way
I think
up.
maybe we have another mountain which is 700. I'm quite sure we have.
There are probably loads of mountains.
There are
around 800, I think.
About 10 or 20 mountains around there, higher than 700, I think.
Pick one that's suitable and nice and looks nice, and then let's do that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if we actually have one on this island, but
That would be interesting. Yeah,
reaches
look it
700.
up, and that would be nice. I'd love to see a picture from there. Don't forget the
Very
picture.
good. Yes, picture. Very, very, very important.
This was Týrcast 20. It has now come to an end. I would like to ask you all to please hit the thumbs up on this video. That is the button to my lower left. There's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. You click the thumbs up, and that is very good support for us as a band. You'll find me on YouTube as youtube.com/HerJohansson. Tadeusz has a YouTube channel as well. I'll put the direct link below this video. You will find us on Instagram at Týr_official, and on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter we are Týrband. I think we are Týrband on Twitch as well. Please track us on bandsintown.com/Týr. Bands in Town will let you know when we play a show in your area. You can listen to your favorite Týr songs, stream on any streaming platform, or right here on our YouTube channel. Please go to Týr.fo if you want a CD, an LP, some merch, or our very important newsletter. You can support us at patreon.com/Týrband, and you can put questions directly to us, and we will answer them here, just as we did with the questions from Jennifer, Jacob, Olaf, Matt, and Peter, plus some more that we'll answer next time. Now, where was I?
Dates.
We will be, I'm not sure I updated this, we'll be back on the, this will be released on the 7th, we'll be back on the 22nd of August at 1700 Central European Time. Thank you, and see you next time. Ciao.
Bye.